Hello, in this video I'll show you how you can easily fix and clean up your studio backdrops without using any kind of AI. So this is going to be for people that are interested in using Photoshop uh, to clean up their studio backgrounds without using any kind of AI. So you're just going to understand how we can fix this in Photoshop. And if at all you find the video helpful, simply like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if at all you're watching and you are not a subscriber to this channel. So the very first thing we have to do is simply coming and getting the image, duplicate the background layer by pressing Ctrl J, or you can use Command J, create a copy from the background layer. And after creating that copy, the next thing is going to be removing these other distractions. So you're simply going to come and get the spot healing brush tool and make sure the mode is set to normal, content aware is selected. So after doing that, we are simply going to come increase on the size of the spot healing brush tool and simply dab over. By dabbing, I simply mean click and hold down and paint over what you want to remove, and Photoshop is going to try to eliminate those distractions from wherever you try to paint. So keep out from painting close to the subject. So I'll just come and paint on those backdrops in the background just like that. So don't mind if at all it leaves some patches. So the major aim for this step is we are getting rid of the background elements and even the softbox in this case. So I'm just going to paint right there. So keep on painting until when you feel like the distractions have been gotten rid of. So right now we have the image and this looks okay from where we started. So the next thing that we just want to do, we just want to stretch the background a little bit. So I'll just come and get the crop tool and switch it to 4:5 or 8:10 ratio. And I'll just stretch this up a little bit because I would love to post this to Instagram and I don't want any edges to be cropped out. Hit the enter or return button and I'll get back to my spot healing brush tool and paint on these edges just like that. And by just doing that, you can notice that it is not effective enough. So what we are going to be doing, we are simply going to come and leave it the way it is. So these pixels are going to be remaining in this very image. So after noticing that the pixels are remaining, this is what we have to do. We are simply going to create a stamp visible layer by pressing Shift, Option, Command E on the keyboard, or you can press Shift, Alternate, Control E on the keyboard. And after we have done that, the next thing is going to be cleaning up the background. So you're just going to come to where you see Select and come to Subject, so that Photoshop can automatically select the subject for us. And you can see it has done a pretty nice job trying to select onto the subject. So if at all some areas have not been selected quite well, just come to the quick selection tool and zoom in. So this one is going to add a given selection that has been missed, and this one is going to subtract a given selection from the image. But the emphasis for this tutorial is going to be the background. So with the subject still selected, just come to select and come to inverse. So when you select the inverse, Photoshop is going to automatically select the background instead of the subject. And when this is done, come back to the brushes right here and get the brush tool. Remember, we are now selected onto the background layer. The mode of the brush is normal, opacity at 100%. Flow, we are using a flow of around 62% and hit enter. So just want to sample color from the background and we paint it onto the background. So to sample a given color, we shall simply hold down the option key on the keyboard to sample a color. Option for Mac, alternate for Windows. And as soon as you click, you can notice that the color is going to be sampled, and just come and start painting. So sample from a closer area, option, and sample a color and paint. Option and paint. Option and paint. Don't mind if at all the colors don't look okay. So just do this and just paint. So keep on sampling from closer areas so that the colors can be better and more effective and uniform enough. So I'll just come and paint just like that. Sample from here. So keep on sampling using the alternate key on the keyboard. So basically, to eliminate this fold in the background, I'll simply hold down the option and click and paint over that wrinkle or that fold, and that is going to basically eliminate that from the background. So I'm just going to hold down the option key on the keyboard. You can see where the backdrop is folding. I'll just hold down the option key on the keyboard and left click and sample that dark color, but that is a little bit too much or overdone. So I'll use a very small brush and just create some evenness so that the backdrop can flow in whatever color that it is meant to flow. So sample and paint just like that. So by just doing this, you can see that we have been able to slightly stretch the background, and now the background is looking better than it was before. So sample and paint just close to the subject to get rid of those dark lines or that dark area close to the subject. So I feel like this is close to what we want. You can see the before after. So to eliminate any kind of discoloration, for example this dust, just reduce on the flow of the brush a little bit, around 35, and sample a blue color close to the dot and just keep on sampling and painting just like that. And this is going to eliminate all those dirty areas right there. But this is not all. You can see that we have a little bit of discoloration. So you can even use this to fix any kind of color change issues. For example, if at all the colors were fading on the background. So keep on holding down the option key on the keyboard or alternate to sample different areas and paint. So right now we have painted, but this doesn't look as smooth as we want it to be. So come to the brushes once again, right click and get the Mr. Brush tool, and we just want to continue working. So for the Mr. Brush tool that we have gotten, make sure the settings set to clean brush, and the second option, that is clean brush after each stroke, is selected. With a weight of 9%, load 75, mix 90, flat 100%. We just want to blend the colors. Remember, we are still selected onto the background layer. So with the Mr. Brush tool selected, just paint, but as you're painting, keep out from painting close to the subject. Keep out from painting close to the subject, and this is going to, so whenever it is time or whenever you feel like you want to paint close to the subject, use a very tiny or small brush so that the colors don't spill over to the subject that you're trying to work on. So I'm just going to slightly zoom in, and you can see right here we had this coloration. So I'll use the Mr. Brush tool and paint just like that to try to blend these colors. And you can see by just doing this, we have a very nice, and this can also eliminate some areas of the dirt that were existing within the image. So keep out from eliminating or painting away the initial shadows in the image so that the model doesn't look like she was standing in air or in mid-air. So I'm just going to paint quickly just like that, and by just doing this, you can see that we have been able to create a seamless and kind of smooth background. So after doing this, you can see that we have painted every area that has the background. In this case, you can see before, after, before, after. So after doing this, you have to deselect the background by pressing Ctrl D, or you can use Command D to deselect the initial selection. So in order to add a given twist to the background and change the blue color even more, just going to come to filter, come to the camera raw filter, and come to where you see our color mixer. So just come down to the color mixer, and you can use this pointer and click on the color, just like that. You can see it has sampled the blues right here. So just come to the hues and play around with the hues of the blues, and you can come the luminance and even darken the blues to whatever you feel like, and come and click on OK. So let's see the overall before and after. You can see the image before, after, before, after, before, and after. So this is how you can easily fix your studio backdrops in Photoshop, and how to remove any kind of discoloration from your images in Photoshop. If at all you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe this channel if at all you have been watching and you are not yet subscribed to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thanks for watching. I see you need more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.